Being a student is tough. Juggling studies, exams, projects, and still trying to build a business or learn a new skills feels like an impossible balancing act. I've been there, and I know how frustrating it can be to feel like you're always sacrificing one goal for another. But what if I told you there is a tool that can help you manage it all? That's exactly why I created Notion Student's Brain, a tool designed to help students stay on top of everything in one place. Let's take a look inside. So let's start explaining the Student's Brain template. First of all, we have the dashboard. And here I try to make it so simple and add everything you will need on your daily basis in the dashboard. Before we get started, let me show you how you can switch between dark mode and light mode so easily. You can click on Command Shift L if you're on Mac or Windows Shift L if you are on Windows. I really like to work on the dark mode, but in this video, I just keep it on the light mode. The first thing you will see in the dashboard, which is quick action buttons. So here you can easily and quickly add a new task, new assignment related to today or any other date. You can add a new model that you studied today or a new lesson you studied today, a new note for a class or a personal note, resources, reading log, or a new exam. For example, if your teacher tells you that the next week we have an example. Let's just do some examples with the quick actions. For example, let's add some personal tasks of today. Let's add, for example, go to gym. So this is the first task, and let's make it important but not urgent, so we can do it anytime on the day. Then let's add another task, which is, for example, go to college. And this one is urgent. Let's add a date. For example, let's add at 9 a.m. Okay. So here we can see that go to college will be the first, then go to gym. And then if you add any other task, like, for example, let's say hang out with friend, for example, this task could be low or maybe it doesn't need a high energy. So it will be the last one of today. For example, today, your teacher, for example, of math, tell you that we have an exam in the next week. For example, let's add math exam semester 1, for example. Let's add semester like that. Let's add the class. So the class will be, of course, math. So let's add math. Here is it. Exam date, for example, let's make it 28. Exam status, let's say not started yet. Duration, maybe it's 4 hours. Modules included. Here you can add the modules that are included in this exam. So when you're gonna go and see the next week exam and click on it, you will have a clear view of what modules and what lessons you have to revise. So for example, we have, let's say algebra. Let's say just algebra for now. And in the algebra, we have many other lessons. So here we can see that we have 4 days left until this exam. Here we can add the preparation status. So let's say you are currently 50% prepared for the exam, but in the next few days, you will prepare more for it. And finally, when you finish the exam and the results are out, then you can add how much you get in this exam. So let's act like that you finished this exam. So let's act like 28 February comes. So let's act like the exam was yesterday and it's finished. And today the teacher told you the results. So here we can see exam finished and let's add as done. And also let's say that preparing status was 90%. So you was really prepared for this exam. And finally, let's say that you get maybe 89%. So here we can see that you get 89% and the overall grade is A, not A plus. For example, if you get A plus, or 90% or above that, you will get A plus. So let's just keep it 89%. Here we have exam preparation. So here we can see all the modules that are related to this exam. Any notes or resources that are so important can be related to this exam. You can add them from here so easily and so quickly. So here we can really track your exams and you have a clear view of what to do and how to prepare to your exams without being overwhelmed. Moving on in these quick actions here, we have buttons for the finance brain. So you can add new income, new expense, transaction, or a subscription, or also a tax. But here's the thing. The finance brain is only come with the advanced version of this template and for free. If the base version, it's not included. Then we have today tasks and assignments. Just like I showed you before, here you have your daily tasks. And once you finish them, you can plan tomorrow tasks. Also here you can plan your today assignments, and then once you finish them, you have tomorrow assignments. So let's add an assignment, for example. You can add it from here or you can add it from the button here. So let's add an example of math assignments. Just for example, page 56, book, I don't know, number 3. Or, if you have a book name, just add it. Here we can see that the overdue is for today. Here we can add the class will be, of course, math. Here we have the modules. So let's add, for example, it's related to algebra. And here you can add which specific lesson this assignment related to. So here, for example, let's add it to Introduction to Algebra, for example. Here the status is in progress, and here we can add the priority. That's if you have many, I did archive it. That's if you have many assignments of today. So for example, let's add this one as first priority. And just like that, you easily plan your daily tasks and assignments. I always suggest before going to bed, plan your tomorrow tasks. That's a really great productive tips, because once you wake up, you know exactly what you're going to do. Okay. Now here's the trick. Here we have in the left side, we have daily progress. So once you start checking those tasks, for example, you can see that we have a progress. So for example, here we have tasks progress 30%, and the overall progress is 24%. Why? Because we have some assignments that we should do. So for example, if we finished all today tasks, we can see that we have 100% in tasks progress and 75 on the overall progress. But if we go to assignments and we finish that, we can see that we have 100%. And this is one of the coolest features to keep you motivated to work and finish your daily tasks and assignments. Moving on, in the daily dashboard, we have daily inbox. So here, automatically, your daily journal will be created, your daily habits, so you can track them and check them from here. Reading log, if you want to start reading and track your reading session. Here we have recent notes and resources, which is the last 24 hours resources or notes, or also today notes or resources. So the last 24 hours and today captured resources or notes will be here in the daily inbox. I also included classes here. Why? Because you can easily, for example, go to math. Let's go to math. Here you can see many details about it. Here, for example, how many hours you study weekly, mathematics. Here we have class number, for example, or location. Here we have teacher that teach you. Here we have how many models we have, the count of models and assignments and finished exams that are related to mathematics. And here we have the average exam results, depending on how much you get on each exam, it will make an overall result based on it. Here we have the models that are related to math, assignments, tasks, exams, goals, projects, notes, and resources, and more. So you can easily go to your class and add a note directly to it, or even if you can do that, you can directly go, for example, let's add a note and let's name it just math note, and you can then relate it to specific class, for example, math. And now if we go to math, we're going to see it here. So here's its math notes. We have 2 of them. Already I did an example of it. So you can easily access your classes. Moving on, in this dashboard, we have this week section. So here you can see tasks of this week, overdue tasks of this week, assignments of this week, and overdue assignments of this week, the habits of this week, exams, income, and expenses. Here in the dashboard also, we have review section. So any notes, resources, or books that you already captured, or a book that you already read, but you want to read it again, and you didn't review it in the day, or you didn't read it in the day that you tell yourself you're going to review it or read it, it will be shown here. For example, this note should be reviewed in the last 26 days, but you didn't review it, so it will be shown here. And once you review it, it will disappear. The same thing for resources and books. Any book that, let's go create a book, for example, and let's say that, so let's add, for example, the start date this month, February 1, and the date finished, let's say yesterday. So here we can see that we have read in 21 days, and let's add that the reading status is finished. And then here in the days until review, let's add, for example, I really like this book. I want to review it after 13 days, so I didn't forget the concept of this book. So here we have review in 28 days. So if you didn't review it in the next 28 days and this day passed, you will see it in the review section here. I'm just going to delete this example for now. And here we have also ambient music. So you can easily embed any Spotify playlist or some favorite YouTube video or podcasts here easily. And finally, in the dashboard, we have in progress, which is any goals or projects that you are currently working on, you will see it here. For example, if this this project is finished because it's 100% and we switch it to done, it will not be shown here. Here we have currently reading, which is the books that you are currently reading. So that's what we have in the dashboard overall. It's so easy, and I tried to add everything you will need in this dashboard. Now here we have all the pages inside this Notion template. They are categorized in three main sections. We have studies, which is the page that are related to your school, like classes, modules, lessons, and assignments, exams, notes, and resources. And the personal one, like student goals, projects, tasks, but also they are personal. That means that it's related to your personal life or personal studies. For example, you have a goal of maybe let's add goal. So let's go and add two example of goals. You can do it by going to the goal page, or we can go especially to a class, for example. So let's add a study goal first. So let's add a study goal for 2025. For example, let's add something like let's go with a goal of first place in math competition. For example, the goal type will be school year 2025, and here it starts quarter. Let's say that you're gonna start preparing for this goal from Q1, and the start date will be, for example, of course, it will be January 1, and the end date will be, let's say that you have the competition at 3 maybe September. So let's add the finish date is 1 September. Here we can see that we have 189 days left. Status is get ready, or let's say we're currently working on it. And here we have milestones or projects that will help you get closer to this goal. So milestones or projects are actionable steps you can start taking from tomorrow to start achieving this goal or to achieve this goal. For example, let's say some milestone or project so for example, let's say the first milestone is master all the past competition problems. So you have to master them. And let's add another milestone, which is score highest in mock tests consistently. So those are two milestones. Of course, they are personal, related to your personal life. Here we can add all the other details, start dates, end dates, and all the other stuff. And once you finished, for example, this one, you can start now seeing progress toward your goal. And also once you finish this one, you can see now it's 100% completed, and you will achieve your goal if you really do the hard work and study hard. Because I always tell people that productivity or planning will not do the things for you, but it will help you. It will keep your mind clear and know the destination it will take. Okay, so by using the goal tracker system and milestones and projects and all the other stuff, you will have a clear view of what you have to do and to focus on the things you need to focus on. So here, an example of adding a school goal. Now let's add, for example, a personal goal, something like that you are currently working on. For example, let's go to in progress, and let's add a goal of you want to build your dream physique. For example, goal type will be personal. Here we can add all the other details. I'm just gonna ignore it for now. You get the point. Here, for example, we're gonna add two milestones. For example, bulk for 6 months and cut for 6 months. So we have two milestones. Both of them will be personal, not school, personal. And once you start working on those milestones, you will start achieve your goal. Another thing is you can break down those milestones or those projects into tasks, daily actionable tasks. For example, let's go with this one and create a new personal project or milestone. And here we're going to add some tasks. So for example, for bulking for 6 months, we have to eat, for example, 2,000 calories, or maybe more than that. It's at 3,000 calories every day. Another task, which is go to gym every 6 days a week. And maybe a task of achieve 82 kg. So once you start achieving all those tasks, you will start seeing progress. And that means that you finished this milestone. So here we can add status is done. And let's go back to our goal. And here we can see we have 50%. And once you achieve also this milestone, then we have 100% and completed project or completed milestone. And here we have completed goal. So this is how you can add personal goals or study goals. Another thing I didn't mention that, but I did it actually, which is personal or school projects or milestones. So you also can categorize your milestones and projects. Other thing, which is tasks that could be also related to your assignments, for example, or school in general. For example, go to college. This one could be related, for example, to class, which is could be math. For example, you have mathematics today. So this tasks is related to math. Another thing that I didn't show you, which is once you finished your task, automatically it will show the task duration. But because here we didn't add, or actually we did add the dates for this one, which is go to college at 9 a.m. But actually in my current time, it's 4 p.m. So that's why this task took us 7 hours and 49 minutes. For example, if we went at 9 a.m. and we, for example, let's say that we finished at 11 a.m. Here we can see that task duration is 2 hours and 49 minutes. For the other tasks, because we didn't set a specific time, that's why it showed us 70 hours and those stuff. But if we did set a time, for example, let's say that we go to the gym at 12 a.m. and we finished actually on, let's say, 1 p.m., 1:49. And here we can see that we have 1 hour and 49 minutes we spent on the gym. So another thing I want to show you in this Notion template, that you can separate your personal life, your habits, your tasks, goals, projects, everything that's related to your personal things, business, anything, and your study into different dashboard. Let's say like you're gonna make this template separated. So here we have study dashboard and life dashboard. If we click on study dashboard here, we're gonna see everything that's related to your school or college or wherever you study is here. For tasks, you can see daily tasks that's related to only college or school. So the go to gym task that we previously had, which is this one. Let me just show you quickly. This one and this one, hang out with friends. You didn't see it here because it's not related to school. Okay. Here, of course, assignments, you will see them. Notes and resources of today that are related to school will be related. And what I mean by related to school is whether class, modules, lessons, assignments, or exams. So all of those things are related to school. So if you did relate any resource or any notes to, for example, let's relate this one to network and security, you will see it's has been shown here. If we remove it, it will not be shown. Okay. And modules, of course, of today that you captured today, or lessons that you add today will be shown also here. Here you will see, of course, your classes and the pages that are related to school. This week, you will see tasks that's related to school of this week, assignments, lessons, modules, exams of this week, and more. And finally, you will see study goals and projects that are related to your school. So just like that, you can separate your studies from your personal life, or you can separate your personal life from study. And here we have the inverse. Tasks that are not related to school will be shown here. So go to gym, hang out with friends will be here. Your daily journal, habit tracker, and reading will be also here. Also, today and recent resources and notes will be shown here. And here you can see this week tasks, habits, reading log, income and expenses, and goals and projects that are related to your personal life will be also here. So for example, the goal of that we set before, which is get the first place in mathematics competition, will not be shown here. Or if this goal was actually related to school, will not be shown here. So that's a really useful way if you want to focus, for example, on only projects and goals that are related to your personal life. And whenever you want to switch to your studies and school, you can do it in the other dashboard. Or if you want to mix them, you can use this main dashboard. There's a lot of other features and ton of other properties that are so cool in this Notion template. Of course, there's a video tutorial included with it. We have also more things. We have the Finance Brain, which comes for free with the templates. Actually, it costs $49, but it's free with the templates and also optimized with the templates. And here also we have your books tracker that I didn't show and more other properties and ton of other features that will really help you as a student. And I wish that back when I was a student, I had this Notion template. It will really transform my life. So that's what we have in this Notion template and this video. See you in the next one.